Hello. Please, listen to me. It's for your own good. I feel compelled to warn you of the danger that was recently unleashed upon the internet. I don't have much time left as it is. I feel that he draws near. I like to surf the net, as do most people, and sometimes the internet gets boring, though, and I find myself having nothing better to do than go on the anonymous webcamming site known as Omegle. I'm sure most of you have heard of it, as it is notorious for having those perverts sharing their junk on camera. Well, I went on Omegle for the first time forever, and well, I guess they have this new feature where you get paired up with people that share your interests. In addition, they also let you access Facebook and use your interests on there if you want. I decided to try it and began my random webcamming spree. The first few people just skipped me, and there were just many of those idiots I skipped for jerking off. But then it happened. He showed up on camera. A man dressed in black, appeared to be a robe or gown wearing what seemed to be a well-detailed, semi-expensive sort of jack-o'-lantern-like mask. I couldn't really tell what the mask was made from, though. The man came on camera and was waving at me creepily. I got kind of freaked, but then laughed and asked if he could take off his mask. The man was silent and shook his head no. I found that to be a bit unsettling. Time passed, and I thought I had caught on. I laughed, asked the man if this was a prank, but the man had motioned for me to be quiet, and when I did so, I had typed to the man saying, I was gonna skip to the next person, then typed again saying, but this is just too funny. The man typed back saying, I know where you are. For the next 3 days, wherever you go, I will follow you. Whatever you do, I will be watching. I know what you are, who you're with, what you're doing. And when you're doing it, and all you will ever see of me is this mask. Then after 3 days, I will kill you. As if that weren't enough, as I finished reading and went to go in the next chat, I noticed that my webcam was mirroring his. He was somehow now broadcasting from my webcam as well. I saw the man point at the screen as if to point at me with his index finger and then do the cutthroat motion. At this point, I took this as something more serious, as it was now on edge. I screen capped this as evidence for the police. I printed the picture and then headed to the local police station right away. On my way to the station, I noticed in my rearview mirror the car behind me appeared to have no driver, but I did see the mask the man was wearing through the glass. When I arrived at the station and handed the pictures to the police, they assured me that they would be scouting my area for a man with a mask the next few days. This made me feel somewhat safe, and I decided with them on stakeout, I'd try to continue my life as normal. The next day, I went shopping at Walmart because I was getting low on food and needed to pick up milk. Something very scary happened at Walmart. As I progressed in getting the groceries I needed, the usual bustle of the store dumbed down just as not if more progressively. When I got to checkout, I noticed that no one was in the store any longer. And in each checkout lane, on the counters, was a mask, just like that man wore. I ran out and hurriedly unlocked my car door, just piling my groceries in the passenger seat and sped out of the parking lot. When I got home, I was so freaked. I grabbed all the groceries I could and ran into the house, then locked all the doors and windows. I needed assurance, so I called the police and asked them if they noticed him around. And thankfully, they hadn't. I decided to call it a night early, and went upstairs and got in bed. When I woke that morning, I was frightened to see that, hanging on the hook of my closet door in my bedroom, was the mask the man wore. I grabbed the mask, rushed downstairs, grabbed my keys, and rushed off to the police station. I showed them the mask, and they had told me to stay at a friend's house for the night, while they investigate my house. I called my buddy Brad. He always gave me a place when I needed it, so that night, I headed up to his place and we stayed up all night playing video games while I explained my situation. To my shock, he said he encountered the same man just a day before I did, which would make this his third day. Later that night while we were asleep, I was awoken to a loud sound coming from Brad's room. Scared, I crept upstairs to check up on him, and I was horrified at what I saw. Brad was lying on his bed in a pool of blood. Damn mask lying on his chest. Today, it's my third day, and I'm sitting at the police station on Brad's laptop, typing this to warn you all. Beware of the Pumpkin Man. I don't know what will become of me, but if this post gets around and saves as many lives as possible, I'm content.